Good morning and welcome to the Circle of Love with Shakisha Etnis. I come by to speak on a topic of are you doing this for your children or are you doing it for you? Is this for your children or is this for you? I remember watching Iana Van Zant and she had Sheree on her show. And I don't know if you're familiar with Sheree, but she had her on the show and I remember her and her ex-husband were going through some challenges in the relationship of co-parenting. And I remember her taking Sheree or having Sheree to take her or meet her at Sheree's new home that she was having built. And Iana Van Zant began to tell her that this home that you're building is not about your children, it's about you. And Sheree was highly upset. And she was like, no, it's not about me. It's about my children. And I had a young man to reach out to me on yesterday, someone very close and dear to my heart. And he began to ask me to stand in agreement with him for a particular home. And I was like, okay, very nice home. And I know he's believing God for it, but I began to kind of speak with him about finances because in this time you don't want to get something that you can't afford or that will be challenging to you. And because I am a single parent and have been a single parent for many years, I can relate to wanting to give your children the very best, making sacrifices that probably shouldn't have been sacrificed because in the end, some of the things that you're sacrificing is actually some of the things that you can use to take care of your home. So, by my way of giving you an example, I'm going to just speak a little bit about myself, being a single parent again for many years, but being brought up in Allen Temple Apartments. I'm not sure if you are aware of Allen Temple Apartments on Martin Luther King. I'm from Newark, New Jersey, and different environments of mine wasn't healthy, wasn't good. So I made it up in my mind when I had my own children, I wanted to live in certain areas to um, to set the atmosphere for them to see something differently than what I seen. When I grew up, I didn't want them to be affected by their environment because I know that can happen. So I'm saying that to say this. I put myself in situations where I was paying more than I can afford to pay because I wanted to give my children a lifestyle that I had not had. But when I was watching Iana Van Zant, I began to really challenge myself and to really say, did I really do that for them? Or did I do that for me? Because sometime as an adult, we feel like our parents didn't give us certain things, and we feel as an adult we deserve better than what we've had. So we began to sometime put ourselves in situations financially that we cannot afford. Is actually called living above, you know, what you can afford. Living above instead of living below so you can have the money to save, the money to do things that you need to do. So you begin to place a higher need on your want, but then your needs begin to fall short. And now you're asking for help for the things you need. But in actuality, you have the finances, you're just not using them properly. So I wanted to come by and I wanted to just sow a seed into the lives of others, saying to you, I know that you want to give your children a better upbringing than you maybe have had, but you have to be wise. You have to use wisdom, and you have to be mindful that some things that you want to give them, you probably can't, it's probably not, um, you know, financially, you're not capable of making that move or being in that particular area or staying in that particular home because of the cost. And you have to count all costs. You can't just say, okay, well, I have to pay this amount in rent or this amount in my for my car note or for my car insurance, or you got to think about the light bill, the water bill, the trash. You have to think about uh the food. I mean, you have to really, really look at your finances on every level, and you have to say, is this a wise decision for my family as a whole? From the circle of love, from the heart of the circle of love, and Shakisha Etnis, I hope that this has blessed you in such a way that it will cause you to take a fine look, like a microscope, putting your finances under the microscope, and your emotions, and just really saying, is this an emotional move, or is this a good move financially for me and my family? Thank you for tuning in to the Circle of Love, and God bless you. Until we meet again, or until you see my face again, stay positive, focused, and prayerful. Amen, and God bless.